Okay, I'm here this afternoon. Yeah, I know I promised to discuss. We were discussing pepper production yesterday, the best pepper to produce, and we're discussing the best pepper to produce. We're discussing the best pepper to produce, and I don't know, but quite this afternoon I'm going to change the topic. We can go to the best pepper maybe some other time. I'm going to change the topic right now. I'm going to discuss the topic that affects all farmers. I'm a farmer, a rural farmer. Now, what happened? Like yesterday, all night I couldn't sleep. I want to appreciate everybody that have commented on my posts. I want to appreciate everyone for the suggestions. I want to appreciate everyone that has come to put one point or the other. Sincerely, I appreciate you. And sometimes, you see, they said necessity is the mother of invention. I don't know. I should have really felt bad about what happened. Yesterday we harvested, for those people that don't know, yesterday we harvested some cucumbers for the market. And you see, it's like gambling when you are selling your produce, especially when you have bulk. If you have few, you can easily distribute, sell in kgs and whatever. But when you have bulk produce, it becomes a challenge. Imagine I have 40 bags, 50 bags. How do I sell that? And and like the challenge we always have, there's usually no preservative method, as in you can't immediately you're harvesting, you need to get it to the market and you need to sell it. Now you find out that there are people that take advantage of farmers always believe we should always be on the farm and be producing and be, you know what I mean. I want to be on the farm, I want to produce. What we all forget to do, including me, is our market. I try to for my tomatoes, I created a market home delivery, which is a better price for me. But for cucumber, it's still a big challenge. But now, what happened yesterday is a big eye opener, and actually, it's going to bring some kind of change, because right now, I think we are working on creating a better market for fresh vegetable farmers. Now, like for people that are joining me, yesterday, my farm we harvested cucumber yesterday. I contemplate either sending it to Lagos or Ibadan. I negotiated and everything, and I felt Lagos would be favorable for me because the woman gave a better price. I sent it to her. But on getting to her place, on the cucumber getting there, the vehicles got there. We're talking of 11 in the evening, 12 o'clock. She called me that she's not going to buy it. I should take it away. I should just get it out. How can I use another bag? The funny thing, they use feedback for cucumber bag, as in the package. Imagine, no measurement, no anything. You must use feedback, and that's what we supply to the market. And the feedback is written on it 25 kg. But you see, so she insisted, why did I use this other bag? There's a yellow bag I need to use and everything. I told her, I was even explaining to her, there was no yellow bag in the market and everything. She was shouting and said they should just go take it away. Meanwhile, the driver is waiting to offload. He needs to go. My team member is there, right there in the market, and it's somehow I couldn't. She just cut the phone, and I couldn't. She handed the phone, and I couldn't. I was perplexed. Where do I take cucumber to at 11 p.m.? 11:30, 11 p.m. in the night? And this is a woman that has been calling me, running after me. When are you harvesting? When are you bringing it? When are you doing this? But now she knows I'm at a crossroad. And okay, where will I start taking the cucumbers to? And Bucky, my partner negotiate, actually was pleading, begging her. Something we've negotiated 5,000, and she knew. She eventually agreed to pay 3,000. That was so devastating. Very devastating. Yes, I've witnessed that. I've had that experience before, but I was thinking maybe this one is something I've negotiated even before I harvest the cucumber, even before I move. Now she has me. Why did she have the key over me? She had me because, one, they are perishable goods. So it means they start deteriorating immediately. There's no way I can take them back to the market and to the farm. There's no way I can get somebody to buy them that evening, that night. She just took advantage of that thing. The second one, so right there, since that yesterday night, I actually couldn't sleep. I actually didn't sleep because I just felt this can't continue. We can't keep doing this and expecting there should be changes. Obviously, it means if I packed another thing next week, even if you go to another market, mile 12, it's worst. As I'm speaking with you, we sold at mile 12 about 2 weeks ago. We are yet to get the money, despite that my team member was there when they were selling. The agent said he's yet to balance. You can imagine that. We were there in the market together and he didn't drop the money. That is as bad as they can be. So that midnight, that's whatever, everything keep ringing in my head. How do you sort this? I remember 2-3 years ago, I went to Oyinbo market to see if I can get some market day shops. But like I said, then I was looking for those places for myself, personal. Let me see if I can get it. They gave me a bill of 250,000 for registration. Registration is not inclusive of the shops or whatever. You registered, then you now start paying. They now give you a place, a small place. It's not that it's very secured and everything. I moved away from there. You find out that when you go to our markets, vegetables market, it's the non-literate that are there, and they are extorting us. They are extorting farmers. You see people shouting, this one is expensive, that one is expensive. But you find food is expensive, but you find that it's not trickling down to farmers. Farmers we are not getting this money, and we are the one working. So I put a proposal out on my timeline, and what I just need there is maybe 20 to 30 farmers where we can take a plaza, we can get a warehouse, and in the warehouse we can not keeping. The warehouse should be close to the market because we need to take some shares from the market. The retailers the woman that took the cucumber has retailers that will come and buy from her. She will possibly sell 6,000, 7,000, while she bought from me, a farmer, at 3,000 naira. Because I don't have any choice, because she squeezed me out. So she will be selling for 6,000, 7,000, and then the retailers will now go to the street and be selling one for 100 naira and everything. They will also still make money, but the farmer is running penniless, and we still go back to farm to cultivate again. So yes, I'm still cultivating, but we need to find solution to our market. We need to find solution to how we distribute, and that's why I came up with a network, the farmers network. I created, people suggest I create WhatsApp group for it. I've done that. We've been chatting there. Currently we're chatting there. People are discussing right there now. And the WhatsApp group is this. The first thing is this. Look, we're looking for 20 to 30 farmers that will contribute to get a warehouse close to the market. We now network. We do our network, and so that those women, since it's farmers that are supplying that warehouse, definitely they will always get vegetable. If I don't have, someone from my network will have. If someone from, imagine 20, 30 farmers, all of us cannot go dried at the same time. All of us cannot just not have vegetables at the same time. So we are looking at 20, 30 farmers. We contribute, we get the warehouse, and if I'm not bringing cucumber, farmer B will be bringing. If farmer C is not bringing cabbage, farmer T will be bringing. This is what we're looking at, so that by the time they discover that this warehouse is always having vegetables all year round, and imagine most of us are using irrigation. So by the time they discover that our warehouse is always having vegetables all year round, even the retailers, those women, they will come and be queuing. They will come and be staying there because they know you are always having. The market women, we are the one that supplies them. It is we, the farmers, that supply the market women. So why then do we have to be, so it's collective effort. With collective effort, it will be easy for us to achieve this. I'm looking at a way where we get a warehouse, cubicle or whatever. I bring my produce. Already we have people now that are volunteering to be distributors, as in sales rep. They will market the produce in their community, in their area, so that they can just pick from that warehouse and sell in their community and everything. I think it's funny that it is even we, the literate people, that buy from the non-literate, that are even ripping us, the literate, off. So why don't we just remove the middlemen, the non-literate, and go and sell directly to our literate friends? We sell directly to our literate neighbors. We sell directly to our, I'm sorry to use that word, but it's disturbing that I have to go and dump my cucumber with somebody that did not suffer or did not work for it, and I still remain penniless. I keep working for them. So the group, we're still discussing there. Let's see what people contribute. But to be candid, I just need 20-30 people, so that before the end of this month or by the middle of this month, we get the shops close to a proposed market. We use that one as a startup. We get the shop, and when we get the shop, we can start selling from there. Whatever the area is requesting for us, we pay the bills and everything, and then we can sell. Not even we can also choose to sell in kgs. We can insist we are not selling in bags. Let me see, the best time to even be in the market is when we have produce where nobody is having. Those women will come around and they will request for it. We should start to change the system. What's the essence of our education if the non-educated still have to control us? If we still have to go to farm and why? So we should start. Imagine, at 200 naira per kg for that cucumber, that bag is like 6,000 or 7,000. So imagine the woman buying at 3,000. That means she's buying at 100, and she's going to, so she gets double of what we sell. We that even produce, we use irrigation, we use water, we use drip tapes, we have laborers, we pay, So how do we, so you find out, so we need to break that jinx. We need to create the market, and collectively, I believe we can do it. Why collectively? If a warehouse price is 500,000, if 25 farmers taking out 500,000 give us 20,000 per annum. If a warehouse, even let's say by adding other like I'm looking at, if we have the warehouse, there should be, and see, people, we talk of cold room. We might not be able to afford cold room right away. I don't want people to spend too much on anything. We just want to simplify things. I look at AC. George, yes, come on, our normal AC. You go to banks, you see the way it's cooling. They use ACs. How we need to do, okay, we find if there's a way to get a gen or whatever. With the ACs, the place will remain cool all the time. Let me give you one gist. Most vegetables, there's something they taught us in one of my trainings. When you keep your vegetables at 0 level and 0 degree, at not 0, there's a temperature you keep the vegetable at, it won't get rot. It will just remain at that stage. So with just an ordinary AC, just some cooling, some cold, just like the way the banks is. If you keep vegetable in plastic crates, the tomatoes, even cucumbers, put them in crates where breeze are getting to it and it's cooling. It will not spoil for the next 2-3. I know the tomatoes from my farm can stay 3 weeks. The vegetable from my farm can stay 2-3 weeks. So why do I need to be throwing them away? Now we gave that woman the cucumber. In the next 2 weeks, the cucumber might be scarce in the market. But let's assume we have that storage, that warehouse, and I decide, look, I'm not selling. This is my price. My price is 250 or 300 naira per kg. If you are buying, you buy. If you don't buy, you buy. When it is scarce, if I can preserve it for just 2-3 weeks, you see, 2 or 3 weeks, I will get to sell it, because this is how the market operates. It fluctuates. This week, maybe possibly the people that have planted are plenty. So the market gets, even most time, the market don't get flood. The market women, the middlemen, the agent, they just take advantage of farmer. You will be there will be no cucumber, but they will be telling you, it's 3,000 or it's 2,000 or not because there's surplus. No. That they will tell you that's the offer, and if you cannot sell it, because you cannot take it back. Some of them will even come and meet you and say, look, every week I will buy everything to 2,000. Then they want you to go collect the 2,000. Then they can sell at 6,000. But if there is a preservation, the cooling system, like I said, I'm not advocating for a cold room now. We might not be able to afford running down one for 24 hours or for 12 hours. But just an ordinary AC will cool vegetables. Ordinary AC. Now, here we look at people, we put it in plastic crates or where breeze will get to hit, and you just cool the temperature. And with this, we are fine. Your vegetable can stay, and you can choose to sell when you like. Yes, we've been shouting government. Enough of government shouts. What can we do? Let's be our own government. How can we be our own government? The link is on my timeline. You can join the group. Like I said, we just need 20 to 30 people. For instance, 20 to 30 people, if we can get a warehouse that will not cost us more than 500K, and yes, we have to do some other things or whatever, and I don't know how many years they will ask for. But I'm looking at, by the time we split it and divide and share and everything, people should be paying like 50,000 per annum, 50,000 per annum. If I'm to pay 40,000 per annum for a place where I'll be supplying my vegetable to 4 times in a month, it's like I'm paying 1,000 per month, which is ridiculously cheap. And that could be made possible because we are in group. That can only be possible when we collectively work together as farmers. Now, the advantage we have in that inside is that since we are the one that is supplying the market, we are the one that is giving it to those market women, we are the one that is giving it to those agents. If we have a collective place that we are now dropping it, we are not giving it to them, the retailers, those women that are buying in bags, will be forced to come there to pick the bags because there will be none in the market. Yes, I know the northerners will come with their bulk, but how many period, what are the length of the period when northerners supply the market? The period is small, maybe 1 month in a year. That is when there is always surplus. It's not, people, you really need to understand the demand and supply of the market for most vegetables. It's not all year round that there's surplus in the market. Out of 12 months, I can bet it with you, for most vegetables, the surplus when the price is extremely low may not be more than 1 month. So for farmers that are producing every month, like farmers like me that keep producing and every month, it means there are several times we get a better price. And we are also looking at forming a farmers network where we sell in kg. Now, like I told you, we are already having another group that say, look, we are in Lagos, we are in the city, we can volunteer. Yes, we have to work something out for them to get their own commissions too, so that they can volunteer and say, okay, look, they are volunteering to say, okay, look, guys, as farmers, if you have the produce and you have the warehouse storage facility in school there, we'll come and we'll market in our community. We are creating jobs again. We'll market in our community. Look, people go to my 12, they buy it and they are taking it to Oshodi. They buy it in my 12, they are taking it to Ikorodu. You can imagine. So imagine somebody in Ikorodu, a youth in Ikorodu that is not doing anything, coming to pick from the warehouse or pick and we send to him or her. Or youth, there are a lot of youths that are out there not doing anything. They can be sales rep, their community sales rep. Even just network and market in your community. And while you are networking and marketing in your community, you just come to the warehouse that we farmers are creating. And from the warehouse, you go and distribute in your community. That is the kind of system we are trying to work at right now. Instead of going to dump these vegetables with the middlemen that will squeeze your nest out. Like I told somebody, if what happened yesterday did not happen, I wouldn't have even think of creating or coming up with this system. But so every necessity is the mother of invention. I don't know how they say it. So actually right now, what I'm saying is that farmers generally, there's a WhatsApp group for farmers. And like I said, we are starting up with just one warehouse in a market. Now I told people, why close to a market? One, before we have the grip of the market, of the distribution, of the home delivery, of everything, we first need to the retailers go to wherever they see Malam that is pulling barrow, go to buy from his shops that have cucumber or that have tomatoes or that have sweet corn or that have eggplant. Who supply to those shops? Farmers. It's funny. Farmers supply to somebody that owns a shop in the market. She's right there sitting down waiting for horse farmers to supply her or him. We give it to them, and when you get there, they squeeze your neck. Something they will sell for 10,000, 8,000, they will buy it from farmer 2,000, 3,000. They will resell to those malams that are hawking wheelbarrow. They will resell to those women that are selling in the corner of your houses, in the corner of your streets. You go to street corners, you see women selling cucumber. They only buy one bag. These are where youth can take advantage. Like we as farmer collectively, my team is working, we are working right now, and we hope we'll pull this through. So we're going to create warehouse in different markets. Yes, because we need to capture the retailers, those market women that sell in one bag, so that when they come, they get to the shop where they are buying. The shop do not have, but we, the farmers, our farmer store, our farmer shop, we always have, because we are the one producing it. Yes, the biggest challenge we will have are the people from the north. But like I was saying, people from the north, in the sense that they produce in bulk at the same time, and they come in trailers. So the season when they come in trailers, they give those women. But I can bear with you, the season when they know that, for instance, we all know when tomatoes are coming in trailers is January, February, March. Any other month outside that, they are not coming in that trailers again. So if we have that our warehouse, and most times we are the one that produce with irrigation to fill in April, May, June, and other other tomatoes. I use tomatoes as an example there. The same thing with cucumbers. The northern rural the farmers in the north, they produce at once. Everybody plant the same thing at once, and that's when they flood the market. But once they are flooding of that 2 month or 3 month pass through, the market is back to normal again. So, and you know the way what I've always preached, I say farmers should plant all year round. Like on my farm, we plant 20 beds of cucumber every month. 20 beds of cucumbers on my farm is 1/4 of an acre. 20 beds of cucumbers on my farm that is well managed, that grow very well, that with water, with manure and everything, give us about 200 bags per month. I'm sure you're surprised. Yes, 1/4 of an acre on our farm, with irrigation, with water, with manure, with good supervision, give us 200 bags. When we start harvesting, as in the first harvest, we are going to harvest 50 bags for 1/4 of an acre. The second harvest, we are going to harvest 50 bags. And you know, we harvest once a week. It means in 4 weeks, when we grow cucumber, we harvest 200 bags. But like I was saying, the 50 bags, when you get it to the market, the agents might pay you 3,000, 2,500. Why they get to sell at 7,000? Because we go to dump it with them. So we are working on this network right now. I love selling. I love doing my fresh vegetables, and I love growing my vegetables. You see, the first thing I went to do on the farm, let me tell you, the first challenge that every farmer has is production. You find out that most farmers, like I was mentioning there, I said 1/4 of an acre on my farm, we give you 200 bags of cucumber in a month, if well managed, 50 bags per week. Now, most farmers are not getting that kind of yield, because they don't really understand how to maximize their land. I'm not blaming them for that. But what I'm expressing is that I took my time to go and learn my production on how to increase my yield. You see, why did I do that? I learned how to increase yield per hectare, per acre, per size of the land, because I want to be able to compete in the market with price. But now I discover that the market structure for Nigeria now is for non-literate people. They are the one that, you know, let me gist you. When we were growing up, our parents, they believe we need to go to school and get a job. The job they are not creating. So most of us, while we were studying, while we were in school, those women were learning how to do buying and selling. As in, that is when they've had their shop. The agents in my 12 were learning how to buy and sell while we were going to school. So now that we find out, okay, it is now time, I now diverted, I'm farming. Now we want to get into that market, but we discover the market is currently saturated. The current market system we have in Nigeria is saturated with non-literate people. So for you, an educated farmer that is farming bulk, if you are delivering home delivery, you easily get market for that, because the quantity is not much. But for us that are, okay, I produce 50 cucumbers per week, it means I have to find how to distribute 200 cucumbers in a month. And imagine, I'm not growing in an acre. That is just 1/4 of an acre that I grow, that I cultivate. So 50 bags. Now, these 50 bags, if I give it to the market that is already saturated, the woman will insist. Definitely she's selling, they will sell 7,000, 8,000, or even 6,000. but they will not buy from you at a good price. Because one, they know there's no storage facility. Two, you don't have any other choice. You can't return it back. So now the system we are trying to create, the first thing is the storage facility. And like I told you, most of the vegetables, it's not that they get rotten immediately. It's just that the handling, the exposure to sun and everything. So now we are looking at, we'll get shops, warehouse, good one that have drive-ins that people can drive in and pick up in kgs. We get them in Lagos. But you see, before you establish that market, before we can get that market standard, I'm not going to deceive myself that it's going to be a walk-in. No, it's not going to be easy. But I believe there's nothing that cannot be achieved. I believe there's nothing that cannot be done. I don't believe in impossibility. I just look for a way to create chances for myself. So what I look at is, we still need that market. You know why we need the market? If the warehouse is close to the market, I wouldn't want the warehouse to be inside the market. I will tell you why. Even at the gate of the current market, they will collect 3,000. 3,000 naira that you just want to bring in produce into the market. You are paying 3,000 naira. Or else you are not entering. You can imagine the extortions. What are they using 3,000 to do in those markets? Those markets are dirty. It's not that they are furnished. It's not that anything is done there. So I would prefer we get a warehouse with that is close to the market. They have so many. I don't know, but I was doing some research midnight yesterday. I hope some people in Lagos will be able to do that for us. So I discovered, okay, you got a warehouse. We try to put ACs. Let me use one incident. If you put ACs and it's working and it's cooling, we have to consider electricity 2 years, and you have a cooling system. Your tomato, your cucumber, if you can get them there, you just put them there, and as long as this atmosphere is cool, it's not going to deteriorate as fast as you expect. Like I was telling the people, our tomatoes can stay 3 weeks. Cucumbers, if you harvest cucumber, there's a way people harvest cucumber. They don't know how to harvest. If you harvest cucumber with a bit of stem, you don't cut it at the base, you cut it with a bit of stem. So when you cut it with a bit of stem, it will not know that it has left the stem, with a bit of stalk. So it will not know that it has left the main plant, and it will still be surviving for 3, 4 days, 5 days. So it's just so once we get them to the warehouse and now it's cooling, it's just stay there. It's maintain that place, and then we can do the marketing. But pending then, because market is one of the most difficult things to do, but once you break through, you are good as good. So the first thing I will say, okay, we still need to make use of those retailers that come from those other areas. Go to my 12, you see them struggling with agberu and everything, with their 1 bag of cucumber, 1 basket of tomatoes and everything. So if you are close to the market, when they enter especially when they enter the market and they are not getting, they will come and be buying from you. With gradually, since it's going to be a farmer's shop and farmers are the ones sending produce there, they'll find out that all year round, these people are always having, because we'll stop supplying those main markets that sell to those women. So the women can buy from us. And you go to my 12, right there in your presence, they are selling 7,000, and they will still take 10%, but they will still tell you they sold 5,000, and they will still take 10% out of the 5,000. How much is a farmer making, for Christ's sake? With all the wahala, all the stress on the farm, you are paying your laborer, you are supplying water, you are maintaining the seeds, that is that. Now, talking of, like I said, we only need 20, 30 interested farmers. Like for me, those warehouse, my group only supply to Lagos once in a week. Yes, I told you, once in a week. It's only once in a week. So we might just be present in the shop once in a week. I know some other people too might supply once in a week or twice in a week, because so this is something that is achievable. The thing I'm suggesting again is, okay, we might need someone to stay there. We might need to pay, after house rent and all this, we might need to pay salary. We need someone that we need a trustworthy person, somebody that will be our eyes in the market, that people walk in, they buy from her. We can all monitor that. Yes, if we tell you we are selling 200 naira, I did one calculation. At 250 naira per kg, that bags those women are buying from us, at 250 naira per kg, that bags those women are buying from us is 7,000. Yeah, 7,000 naira. As in, if I'm selling my cucumber at 250 naira per kg, that bag gives me 7,000 naira. And so why won't, left to me, I was discussing with my student on the farm today. I told them, with what I get from producing my cucumber, with the yield I get, 200 naira, 250 naira is okay with me as a farmer. 200 naira is even okay with me as a farmer. Then, do you imagine when they now sell cucumber to you, 1 per 100 naira, or 1 for 200 naira, or 2 for 2, you know? So you know what it's come to. If you are selling cucumber in bags, 2, you will sell like 10,000. Yes, a bag. And that's what they are paying farmers 3,000 for. You know, if I'm selling in bit 1, you will at least will make like 8,000, even 10,000. If I'm selling 100 naira to you, or 200 naira, the quantity that is in that bags. And so imagine them offering me 3,000. Not only me, every other farmer, 3,000, 4,000. At least 5,000, 6,000. Let me tell you, from my locality to the market, a bag from my area per vehicle, when we load, a bag is 1,000 naira transport. So the woman that paid me 3,000 per bag, by the time I will deduct transportation, so we are having 2,000 naira. It's out of this 2,000 naira, I will pay my workers. Out of the 2,000 naira, I will buy petrol to pump irrigation. So out of that 2,000 naira, then people, you see. So please, and our people that buy cucumber. So what we are trying to do now, we are looking for volunteers. Already we have farmers in the group. I'm even surprised there are a lot of farmers in the WhatsApp group. But like I told you, I want us to go straight to business. I've explained some things that I hope we are looking at the serious farmers. Not just, I'm not like the group. We are there. Once we have those that are interested, we send everybody out. Yes, we don't have time for all this. I have a lot on my neck than for us to be doing chatting and all this gossiping there. No, we mean strict business so that we can kickstart the warehouse. Now there's another WhatsApp group. I'm to create it. I've not created it. I'll be creating it. In that WhatsApp group, a sister and some other sisters, they volunteered. They said, look, we're in Lagos. I know some retailers. I will see how we can get to them. So instead of those retailers going to buy from whom the farmers are supplying, those retailers will have access to us, the farmers, directly. We see how we network with those volunteers, community reps, and everything. Do you know by the time cucumber gets to your community, it's already like 10,000 per bag? So why don't farmers look for that kind of network? So we are trying to build that. And like I said, yes, today I was supposed to discuss pepper, but my cucumber just took away everything from me. And you see, it's like, when I post it online, the comment was enormous. It's like there are several people facing and battling the same thing. So you see us, we keep working and working, but we are just working for somebody. In Yoruba, they will say, "Owo lari, abi ise lari ko sowo." So we really want to change the system. And you know what? Go to every other, look at every other thing. They sell in kg. How come it's only our vegetable? Imagine cucumber, you pack it inside feed bag, and they will still say it's not filled up. And they will dictate what you must sell. So we are going to be selling in kgs, yes. We want to gradually change the system. Even the peppers, the chili, the tomatoes, everything. We are going to change it to kg. What we use to break even the market is consistency. You see, there's a point, there's always a time when there's surplus, when the northerners bring the surplus, which is fine. We already know that. But when there's that scarcity, a bit scarcity, we will start the kg price. And once we start the kg price, I use Coca-Cola for sample for my student on the farm today. I said, look at Coca-Cola. They rarely change their price, maybe once in 2 or 3 years. Because they already have a fixed price. How come we are not having a fixed price? See the chicken or turkey everybody is buying. You buy chicken and if it is 1,000 per kg, go to everywhere. This difference will be just maybe 100 naira or 50 naira. Go to every woman that will be selling turkey. So we are looking at a farmers network like that. We are going to break the jinx. Like I told you, I don't always give up. And I don't believe in impossibility. It takes time. But I know we're going to get it right. So if you are a farmer, you're here. Then I don't want to be too selfish, but I can be selfish in the sense that, I see there are a lot of poultry farmers that have been complaining that when they skin their chickens and everything, because they also don't have something to freeze it or to frozen it. Yours is frozen. Ours is just a cooling. You know, we just want something to cool. So if somebody in poultry can take up that, for now, my main concern right now, to be candid, is vegetables. You know, in Yoruba, they will say, somebody that will buy clothes for someone, you will look at the one he's wearing first. As in, I'm still even trying to sort my own kasala, my own challenges. So it's not even possible for me to think of, okay, how will poultry people survive? No. But if somebody can really see how to take it off. But for me right now, let's see how we can battle the vegetable aspect. Because come on. See, we went to school. Like I said, while we were going to school, these people are learning the act of buying and selling. Yes, now we are here. We should use there should be a bit difference from imagine, you know, there's something. One time I took cucumber to my 12. If one cucumber fall down in my 12, you know, I can't eat anything from my 12. I'm being sincere with you guys. If you've been there, you see how dirty the place is. They pee on those places. Yes, that is where they pee. That is where everybody can just, you understand. So imagine the food you are putting into your mouth falling down in those places. And that is what people get to buy. There's even an act in my 12. If you go with a cucumber that is full, everybody in my 12 still, they'll be picking it one, removing it one. That's how they'll be removing the cucumber, one. By the time you turn like this, even tomato in a basket, they will just go. Even female, you see them, they just do like this. They've picked one to go and add to fill a basket so that they can sell. So actually, we should not use all the system, read all the books, do all the whatever, and then we still go and dump it there. We should create our home market, and we should network with our home people to get a good sale. And so that's why I just choose to do this afternoon. We are working on it, and I promise you it's going to be very successful. But we are taking one market. We are starting from one market first. Let's create that market there. Let's see how it works. Let's see how we can pull that one through. And I'm happy with the turn of event, the people that have been responding. Several farmers have been responding. So when I finish this now, I'll be creating another WhatsApp group for people that want to distribute, people that feel they can distribute in their area or in their community. I remember 5 years ago, I posted online in Nairaland. You know, I used to be a Nairalander. I posted in Nairaland that for anyone that can help me sell my vegetables, I posted that if you can distribute vegetables in your community, just talk to those women, those retailers. So if you talk to them, you have like 10 or 15 or 20 of them, that I will bring the vehicle to go and come and deliver there. And right there that I bring the vehicle to come and deliver, you will get 10% of whatever we sell. That was what I offered about 5 years ago. But then, you know, I don't know. And there are so many youths, unemployment. This is a chance for you. Now, I'm not offering 10% because I'm not the one that will decide for the group now. I'm just telling you what I offered about 5 years ago when I was working alone. Because then, I collect farmers in the village here. Yes, they were planting tomatoes for me. Yeah, I've once done it. We have a tomato cluster in Aguamodu here. I bought seed for them. I distribute the seed free of charge, but with an agreement that they will bring back the fruit for me to sell, and from there I can recover my money. Honestly, why is this story coming out this afternoon? Okay, so for that story where I told you I bought seed for the farmers, you find out that what farmer, I don't want to discuss about farmers today. Let's just discuss about our marketing. So then every week, every Thursday and every Sunday, farmers in my community, about 5, not only in my community, because I did a network there. We have several inner farmers. I went to work with them. That was 2000 and I've tried in farming anyway. I've tried. So I went to the villages and everything, and so I bought seed from Ibadan, from Technisem. That's how we became partners then. I was buying seed. They even thought, actually, the villagers eventually, up till now, they believe I'm being sponsored by government. They believe whatever I'm doing is government sponsored. That's the belief. Because you can imagine, I bought seed, plenty seed. I bought about 200 tin of seed. That's 2 cartons. And I distribute everybody. My brother too want to plant. My sister too want to plant. And by harvest then, I told them, so they bring tomato. I have a shop. They come there to supply. They bring tomatoes every Thursday and every Sunday, because Thursday we collate and go to market Friday. Sunday we collate and go to market Monday morning. Yes. And then you know what? I was going to mile 12 with a full bus of tomatoes. But you see, when you know my 12, like I told you, agents will sell. There was a time I was in my 12 to supply. My agent said they call it the Larry. I heard the Larry. I'm telling you a story of 5, 6, 7 years ago. The Delari say, madam, sit down here. He bought Coke for me. As they are keeping you to sit down there, you know what they are doing? They will now came back and said, madam, somebody don't buy them. Everything, 8,000. Because the price was high then, I collected the 80,000. I was still inside that my 12 when a friend called me and said they are selling 12,000. Automatically means the Delari collected the tomatoes for me for 8,000, but it's selling for 12,000. And that is why when you guys are shouting outside, hey, tomato price is high, pepper price is high, it's not getting to us farmers. The only way it can get to us farmers is when you start buying directly from us, from our farmers market. It's when you introduce your friends, your family, and say, buy from us. And we promise we will give you good price. I just told you now that 200 naira per kg, 250 per kg cucumber, I'm good. I don't need more than that. And I can even produce to sell that price, 250 naira, all year round. I'm okay. Yes. If I get to sell cucumber 250 naira, now let me come. Don't let me be selfish here, because I saw a co-farmer here. I don't want to be selfish in the sense that because my production is good, so I said I'm contented with 200 and 250 naira. This I'm going to discuss with my co-farmers. Everyone needs to go and find a way to increase their productivity. I just mentioned here, I said on my farm, if I plant 1/4 acre of cucumber, I'm going to harvest 200 bags, 150 to 200 bags in 1 month. The 150 to 200 bags is not just one in a day. Not many farmers can achieve that. Yes. So farmers, if you are here with me, you need to go and learn how to increase your productivity. By the time you learn how to increase your productivity, then you won't be starting, okay, I want to sell 500 naira or I want to sell 800 naira. Like I said, 200, 250 is okay for me. Let's talk about peppers too. The same thing applied because my production is good. So I'm going to plead with other farmers. If you don't know how to do that, please get in touch with people that know how to do that. Please understand that knowledge is not free. Get to understand how to do your raised beds and every other thing. So that, see, we don't have, because they're already blinking me, telling you, look, is enough. So if your production is good, your yield per area of land is good, a little price, you won't be targeting high price for your produce. You understand what I mean? So the first thing farmer or intending farmer or whoever should first, I will be discussing with some other farmers group, how do you increase your productivity per size of land, so that on your 1/4 acre you can be producing 200 bags. It means on 1 acre you produce 800 bags. But you know what? I won't even try to produce 1 acre of cucumber because I know it's suicide. One, I stake my cucumber. I put manure. I irrigate my cucumber. You understand? Do you know how we build? Maybe I've shown some pictures sometime. Do you know how you do staking for 1 acre? So I don't do 1 acre cucumber. We only, at the time on my farm, we only do 1/4 acre of cucumber. And from that quarter, like I said, you will harvest 50 bags 4 times minimum. First week of harvest 50 bags, second week of harvest 50 bags, third week of harvest 50 bags, and fourth week 50. Then you can now have all remnants. So that is because the same thing goes for my peppers and some other things I'm growing. So I'm pleading with farmers, go and learn how to increase your productivity, so that if I choose to sell my own cucumber at 200 naira per kg or 250 naira per kg, you won't say in the market. How can I say I'm not making profit at 200 naira per kg, or I'm not making profit at 250 per kg? So that is production. Now the other challenge that all of us are battling together now is the market. And that is where Yinka and Co are trying to see what we can do again. So that wherever you are and you produce, you know, if you go to the market, you can stay and sell. You don't need to come to any market that we choose. We are choosing, I'm looking at Ile-Ekpo, Abule Egba side for now. You are not going to worry about, okay, oh, I will have to give it to one agent, or one woman have to buy it off me for the price I don't know. No. And our contact in Lagos, which is going to be, since it's a WhatsApp group, a network group, can always feed you back and say, okay, this is the current price now. See, there's something, let me tell you, if my 12 agents have been faithful, or they are faithful, as in the 10% they are taking, honestly, is okay with me. If they are faithful, as in, okay, I go to the market, they sell my cucumber even 2,000, and they took just the 10%, they are 200 naira, fine, that's the price. If I go to the market, they sell my tomato 10,000 and they took their 1,000, it's okay with me. But you know what, they are never faithful. If you insist, by the time you insist to stay with them, they will frustrate your effort. Like I told you, we still have money to collect. I know how much of my money are scattered around with agents, different markets. They will never give you that. You know, when you are in the market with them, you are just watching what they are selling. They are the one collecting money. So it's when they finish collecting money, they now calculate and give you. And they will remove 10%. But because if they are not able to cheat you, they might hold on to your money. They will say you should come back, we've not calculated. Which police will you use to arrest them? What can you do? Nothing. If you insist, no. Okay, there was a time I went to sell tomato in my 12. The malam just come and say, everything, we pay for 4,500 per basket. I said, no, I'm not selling like that. I will stay and be selling 1,100. Meanwhile, they were selling 1,100 basket for 9,000, 8,000. You see them ringing bells beside you. But because I said no, you know what they did? They moved my tomatoes aside and said I should wait there. This means they are not selling for me again. They didn't sell my tomato that day. Now imagine me that I come from Shaki. It means I have to stay in an hotel. I've added to my cost of production. It means, you understand, they intentionally frustrate. Yes. So eventually I left those tomatoes. You know what? The money they sent to me the next day was even less. It will have been better for me to sell it off at 4,500 per basket. That is as bad as my 12. It will have been better for me to sell it off at 4,500 they offered that yesterday. You know what they do? If I took that for 4,500, I will go. Not that they will give you that money. No, they are not going to really give you that money. They will still send it to you. But at least you are expecting, you collect for 4,500. They will now go and be ringing bell and be selling 8,000, 9,000 to the retailers. So why don't we network to sell to the retailers? If my 12 is selling to the retailers at 8,000 or 7,000, that the 4,000 that will get to me, why don't I sell to the retailers at 6,000 and have my 6,000 to me? That is the essence of the farmers network we want to create, honestly. And like I told you, we are starting with one market first. Guys, it's going to be a huge work. Imagine me coordinating that from my bush in Oyo State. Imagine me have to, like this morning I've been to the farm. Yeah, I go to the farm as early as 7 o'clock every day, except if I have some other things that takes my attention in the town and I need to attend to it. And then sometimes I get back 3 o'clock and whatever o'clock, and I still get to sit down. When you see me typing online and punching and whatever, and then I have to coordinate things. You see, I'm going to mention this. About 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I have a WhatsApp group. In that WhatsApp group, somebody suggested and said, let's buy drip irrigation. Let's contribute to buy drip irrigation, as in to import. I remember that time. They were selling drip irrigation 70,000 per, maybe it was expensive. So I since it's my group, somebody said, so we people that have interest indicated interest, and we kind of open another WhatsApp group. I actually nominate somebody to lead the group because see, I was so, I don't know how to say it. I'm so I all right, from everything I've always said, I don't want to involve in this. If you tell me this, I don't want this. If you do this, no, I don't want to do this. No, I don't want to do this. Now I know I need to do them, because if I don't do them, I won't get my good price for my things. It's like I'm working, I'm slaving for some other people. The drip tips I'm telling you. So we eventually, I nominate somebody to lead the group. So we create another group outside that group, and we contributed money, and we were able to import drip tips at a very cheaper price. Though we have some misunderstanding eventually, and everybody got a better price compared to what we buy in Nigeria. I'm telling you a story of 4-5 years ago. It comes up from my, though there were fight, there were whatever. So now I'm looking at, there are a lot of things that collectively, if we can, one, bring down the price or get a better price for farmers. And I've always been avoiding it because I just want to, I just want to be on the farm. I just want to do my farm. But right now, I think I'm going to get involved. Like the issue of the getting the warehouse in Lagos. We'll start from one market. Once it's successful, then we'll pick up another one. Once it's successful, we pick up another one. And then we see how to kick it off. So guys, I will be leaving for today. I don't know if I can still get, if it's not late, I might still do our pepper class that we were doing yesterday, so that it won't be, you guys should understand with me, I can't keep up with everything all the time. No, I can't. So I may still come back to we just discuss the pepper class, their benefits, the pepper you can plant, the benefit, whatever. That was what I promised to discuss today. But unfortunately, something come out, which is a good one. If you don't face challenges, you don't look for opportunity. Like I told you, I didn't sleep all night. My brain was cracking. This woman cheats me. And I know others have been doing like that because he believes you're a farmer, you're in the village. But and I know there are several farmers like me like that we worked and worked and worked. And at the end of the day, you get a penny for your work. So we are going to reduce that. I'm working with a team to do that. So thank you for coming around, and catch us some other time. I'm still in Kadishola, your rural farmer here.